All right, welcome to the Run Report, where the takes are sharp, the talk is real, and the sports never sleep. No fluff, no filter, just a game, and the storylines are with a little bit of sauce. Tap in and subscribe. Let's run it. Let's run it. Tonight, I got a special guest. Very, very special guest to me. Mr. Evan from East Tennessee. Tennessee Volunteers alumni and diehard Tennessee Vols football fan. Let's give it up for him.
Thank you.
Yes.
Honestly,
How are you?
I'm doing well. Honestly, we are under, does it, under 48 hours away from, what's going to be a real turning point in Tennessee's college football season, but in many ways, it's going to shape the rest of the SEC season as well. And I mean, I have friends coming in town for it. I'm absolutely ecstatic for the Dogs. I have a lot of personal vendettas against Georgia football as well. So,
Yeah, that's what's up, man. Like, yeah, y'all got the Georgia Bulldogs. You said no disrespect?
no disrespect, but college football without rivalries is no fun anyways. So, there's got to be a little bit of it.
Nah, this is a very big game for you guys, dog.
It is, yeah. Let's see. I think it's 8 straight. I believe it's 8 straight that we've lost to Georgia. I probably should have pulled this up, but I want to say we've lost 13 of the last 15, or maybe it's 15 of the last 18 to Georgia. My freshman year of school was the last time we won. Maybe it was my sophomore year. We won in between the hedges. Jawan Jennings caught a Hail Mary, and it feels like yesterday, but yeah. No, it's this is typically the week we would be playing Florida. Our SEC schedules has changed a little bit, or the structure of them for that matter. And I don't know, something about it kind of I feel like not just for me, but for a lot of Tennessee fans and probably Georgia fans as well, it's creating a similar vibe, at least in Knoxville, that you would typically find for the third Saturday in not October but September, which is usually when we play Florida. Yeah. So yeah, no,
I think y'all would wax Florida though. I'm gonna keep that 100. I think y'all would wax Florida right now.
I appreciate that, but we, I think maybe once or twice in my entire life if we won in the Swamp, and we go to the Swamp later this year, maybe that could help change it. But I don't know. Yeah. Tennessee is cursed when they go to Gainesville, so I'm not gonna hold my breath on that one, no matter what.
Yeah. Vegas got you guys minus 3.5. Well, they're giving y'all 3.5 points, pretty much.
Well, it opened at, I want to say it opened at around minus 7.5. It might have been minus 6.5. So that could be a good omen. Bettors have slammed the money line, or maybe just the point spread in favor of Tennessee. So maybe someone knows something that the rest of us don't. I feel pretty good about it though.
Yeah, maybe Vegas knows what I'm about to segue into, and that is Joey Aguilar the real deal? Is he the real deal? Because he spent some seasons at Appalachian State, man, and some of them seasons, man, he was a turnover machine. So with this is second game as a Tennessee Volunteer, what is your assessment and what do you feel about Joey Aguilar and the whole Nico situation?
I think in many ways it can be a loaded question for people that aren't watching Tennessee week in and week out. Do you have to be the real deal to succeed in Josh Heupel's offense? I don't believe you do. I think a lot of it comes down to executing on simple reads and simple plays when the time is called. I want to say 2, maybe it was 3, the 2022 season when we went down to Athens and we hung around with Georgia for most of that game, and it started raining. We started missing on shot plays. Next thing you know, you blink a couple times and the scoreline looks a lot worse than it ends up looking like. Tennessee's going to call a lot of plays. They're going to run the ball a lot. And, I mean, to circle back to your original question, is Joey Aguilar the real deal?
Yeah.
Does he have to be the real deal? Is he the real deal? Probably not. Is he going to end up being a successful NFL quarterback? I don't think so. He doesn't have to be any of those things to fit within our scheme for this year and this coming week. Is he?
Not to cut you off.
Yeah.
I didn't know that he was 6'3", 225 pounds. I thought he was like the size of Dylan Gabriel or like Russell Wilson. Now, this is a big guy. Like, he has prototypical NFL size, man.
He has SEC size, prototypical quarterback size. He's mobile. He's physical. He's not going to shy away from contact. He has a good head on his shoulders. He's got a lot. He's got pretty much any intangible thing you could want, at least in the context of our offense. That does not mean that they will walk out of there with a win, though, and it doesn't, to me, mean that he will either be great or not great or anything like that. Because I feel like for a lot of people, a misconception of the Tennessee offense is basically, an air raid offense. We're going to throw for 500 or, not literally 500 yards, but 300 plus yards in a game and go out there and score a bunch of points. But, Josh Heupel took over in 2021. Tennessee had fewer scholarship players than any other Division I school in America. And we still ran for over 2,500 yards in that year. Josh Heupel has not had a season in Knoxville without rushing under 2,500 yards. So a lot of it has to do with balance of it. And can Aguilar, can he be efficient and can he connect on simple plays? There's going to come time, we're not going to run the ball against Georgia if Joey Aguilar in the first quarter misses a wide open post route for 6. And frankly, I do believe that there will come a point within at least in the first half, where that opportunity will be there. Will he connect? I mean, and things like that will be the deciding factor of the game. Excuse me. There were, and I can dive deeper into it if you want, but there were several games last year. I want to say Oklahoma. I mean, I'm not pulling up the full drop down on them, but I want to say Oklahoma. No, actually, there were so many games last year where we did not score a single point in the first half. I know Arkansas, Alabama, we somehow won, but we didn't score a single point in the first half. That same 2021 season where we a cornerstone of Josh Heupel's offense is to, jump on you early. And we had opportunities to do that all throughout last year, 2 years ago with Joe Milton. You have to be efficient and connect when the opportunity, when they present themselves. And is he capable of doing that? I personally feel he's not played against the type of competition he's going to play against this Saturday with
Angeletti or Stephen Jelly, whatever his name is, Ferrari.
But I can also look back at it and say it's not so much about what can he create, can he just execute? And what I've seen so far, he is better at executing. He does the simple things and the little things better than anything I saw from. I mean, aside from last year, we beat UT Chattanooga 69-3. Nico looked really good against that.
Right.
But, Kent State, same story. NC State even, I mean, we the first 3 weeks of the season, I mean, we were just dog walking everyone we lined up against. But, I mean, maybe I'm out of pocket, but I feel like he missed a lot of open opportunities in that in that NC State game as well. And let's see, he threw for it's the season. But my point really is he doesn't have to be Superman for his stat line to be better throughout the year, but also like on Saturday to outperform.
Well, right now he's looking like Superman. He's thrown for 535 yards, 5 touchdowns, 0 picks. The only thing that concerns me with him is his completion rate. His completion rate right now is 66%. Last year, I want to say it was 56%. And in one season, he had like 14 interceptions. So I don't know. Will the real Joey Aguilar please stand up? I don't know if this is the real Joey or he has a new line. Like Josh Heupel has blessed him with gifts, and I'm not sure, but we're going to find out this weekend. And now to get to my next question, that is over under 8 wins for your Vols this year. What you thinking?
I'm absolutely smashing over 8 wins. There's no, I'm winning.
You got money over on over 8?
Honestly, as soon as we get off this call, I am. I will. I'm not even exaggerating. I will probably put 100 if that's what the line is. I thought like in the season it was 8.5, maybe it was 9 wins. So either way, that might have changed as well.
I just threw that curveball at you. I don't know where Vegas has it at, but
if I can adjust the line, over 8 wins, absolutely. I mean, I'll pull up. The thing is
so what makes you think that they'll win over 8 wins? What have you seen from Tennessee that makes you think they can win over 8 wins?
Well, first off, as it pertains to an SEC schedule, anyways, it's very favorable.
Very, very, very favorable.
Yeah, going into the season, I heard a lot of, we don't know much about Joey Aguilar. Tennessee could be on upset alert. Our defense did not look fantastic in that game. I don't think we showed much either. The score was 45-26, but it felt so much worse than that. So, I mean, an ETSU. So then, we host Georgia, then we host UAB. Let's say we lose to Georgia. But after UAB, that's a 3rd win. Then you go on the road to Mississippi State. It's a very favorable game. Arkansas comes to Knoxville after. I mean,
that's a win.
It should be, but I mean, if we're not out for blood and vengeance from last year, then I take everything I'm saying right now back. But if Arkansas comes to Knoxville and beats Tennessee, no, we won't. But I just don't see that happening. We go on the road to Alabama. I couldn't tell you the last time we won in Tuscaloosa. I was probably a child. It was probably like 2004, so it would be my guess.
That's going to be tricky.
Yeah. I feel like I'll have a much better gauge on that as more of the season unfolds on both sides.
Right.
But after that, we go on the road to Kentucky. Tennessee could be. I've lived through a lot of really, really, really bad Tennessee football teams in my life, and some of the best Kentucky teams that you or I will ever see for the rest of our lives, probably because it's Kentucky. Just as Tennessee is cursed against Florida, especially in the swamp, Kentucky is absolutely cursed against Tennessee. There's just no chance we lose to Kentucky. If you lose to Kentucky, you're not getting fired this year if you're Josh Heupel, but the writing's on the wall. Yeah, you don't lose to Kentucky and keep your job for very long. Same with Vandy. Like, there's never been a Tennessee. I'm 99% sure that this is an actual fact, and I'm not just speaking here. There's never been a Tennessee head football coach to lose to Vanderbilt and not be fired eventually.
Hey, so this could be the year.
Yeah,
this could be the year.
Let's not put that into the universe, Robert. Please.
So yeah, all right, yeah. I didn't bring you on to bash your team, but man,
no, you're good. You're
it's hilarious because of the whole Nico situation, and Tennessee fans are just like going berserk off these 2 games. They are losing their complete minds. Joey Aguilar, if he wins this game, if you guys win this game, honestly,
He's immortalized.
he will be in the Heisman Trophy contention. If he be no picks, 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, Heisman race, front runner.
Heisman race, absolutely. On top of that, he's immortalized in Knoxville for the rest of his life. He can get anything he wants, anytime he wants, anytime he's in the city of Knoxville. It will not matter. He could go on to not win the Heisman. He will be a deity in Knoxville, Tennessee for the remainder of it. He should never move. If he wins this game on Saturday, he should never move away from Knoxville after his playing career is over.
And I think he has a shot, man. Honestly, I think he has a shot. Not because of him, but because I think Gunnar Stockton, they're going to miss Carson Beck. I mean, I looked at Gunnar Stockton's stats, and he hasn't thrown a pass. His longest pass of the season is netted 19 yards.
And
That's terrible.
there's 2 sides to that. Like,
Okay.
Georgia has not played really any competition all year, and sure, Georgia doesn't want to put anything on tape for this game.
Okay, that's fair.
However, I don't love, Kirby Smart could forget more football than I'll ever know. But at the same time, I've been to Neyland Stadium many, many times, and I'm just not sure that a primetime Neyland Stadium atmosphere is the atmosphere you want to really start to gear him up. I do feel like that could end up being a mistake. I'm not saying like Gunnar Stockton he's the starting quarterback for Georgia for a reason. It's because he's a good football player.
He's scrappy.
Yeah, he's scrappy. And look, there's a lot of guys on this planet that want his job, and he's the one that has it. So don't get me wrong. He's a good player. But
Absolutely.
I'm not so sure that you want to take the training wheels off in Knoxville at 3:30 on ABC. That to me does seem like he could have a few growing pain moments in that game, and it's Tennessee's luck that he won't, and he'll have honestly. Gunnar Stockton could win the Heisman in Knoxville tomorrow, and Saturday, and I wouldn't even be the slightest bit surprised. But
yeah, it's no way.
yeah,
If he has the training wheels on, they're gonna get blown completely out. They're gonna have to try. And
they're going to take the training wheels off. They'll take the training wheels
off. It's a tale of 2 sides. It's like for both, you're gonna find out who the real guy for both teams is. This guy the real deal when it comes Saturday?
Yes, I do think absolutely, but I do look. The better quarterback is going to win the game, no doubt. But especially with these 2 teams, I feel like there's so much like Georgia's identity from what I've seen this year, and granted, I've not watched a lot of Georgia this year, and frankly, there will never be a year that I do. But respectfully, but their identity is very similar to ours in that, like, they're not asking their quarterback to be Superman. Georgia wants to punch you in the mouth. They want to run the ball down your throat. They want their defensive line and linebackers to take away our greatest strength, the running game. And I mean, not to sound so corny about it, because you could say it about pretty much any football game ever, but this game more than ever, it just feels to me like it's going to be one in the trenches. If Tennessee can, man, I want to say Josh Heupel at Tennessee is like 25-1 or something when we rush for over 250 yards.
I mean, Georgia does have Zachariah Branch, and they have Kobe Young. Like, they have explosive players, but
they do have.
But can Gunnar Stockton get the ball to those guys? I mean, I just feel like, honestly, I feel like Joey Aguilar can play point guard better than Gunnar Stockton.
I think there is definitely something to that. I do worry a little bit, however, about Tennessee's safeties, whereas conversely, Georgia, there's no, to me, weakness in their second or anywhere on their nowhere in their defense.
Right.
Last year, Carson Beck just had an absolute field day between the hashes. I want to say he was like 11 passes for 25 yards or more, some crazy stat like that.
Georgia misses out, I'll tell you that.
They do, absolutely. But on top of that, like Tennessee's defensive scheme against Georgia last year was, I mean, if I'm Mike Bobo, I'm testing Tennessee sometime in the first drive to be like, did you learn your lesson? Because ever since the Heupel regime has taken over, we have gashed you guys over and over and over again between the hashes. And I'm not even talking in the run game, just on the deep ball. Like Carson Beck had some very iffy moments last year, but not against Tennessee because we were basically gift wrapping them the easiest deep ball or shot play or what have you. Just that you can have. Like we were not even making him press it or push it to the sidelines. It was just we're not gonna give you the sidelines. And Georgia and Mike Bobo and Kirby and all of them, they were like, okay, don't. It's literally way easier to hit you right down the seam. So if I'm Georgia, I start off very early, and not even just with Zachariah Branch. Georgia has
Kobe Young.
Just gash over the seam and just make them respect it, or make Tennessee respect it. And on the other hand, if you're Tennessee, it's really hard to, you can't defend everything, or you shouldn't be able to. And
not to cut you off, I got one last question, and we're gonna wrap this thing up, man. Tennessee gets to the SEC championship if blank happens. Answer that for me. What you got?
I only have the most negative answer of all time for you. That's my friend. I really, dude. I love, I would be the happiest man in the world if we make it to Atlanta. I don't know, maybe they switched it to Nashville. I can't remember, but I think it's in Atlanta. Tennessee, in my opinion, it would take a miracle to. So at some point or another, I just I'm so used to it. I'm so negative on it.
What's one thing they have to do, man?
They have to beat Georgia or Alabama. There's no way around it. And then somehow they have to break the curse that has lived with me my entire life of winning in Gainesville. But honestly, it starts tomorrow, and Saturday, Saturday. Dude, can we just not have Friday? I want to cut Friday out of the game.
I thought today was Friday too, man.
It's been a long week. Forget about Friday. It's usually my favorite day of the week, but forget about Friday. I want it to be Saturday. Anywho, we're not going to the SEC championship without a win. We have to win two of the big three. The big three are hosting Georgia, and then we go on the road to Alabama, on the road to Florida. And Florida, for all I care, could be the second to last game of the year. Florida could be 3-8 going into that game, or 3-7, whatever it is. I'm not comfortable about that. Tennessee is cursed in Gainesville. So honestly, in a way, I would almost say you have to win on Saturday against Georgia because they're coming to your house, and you go on the road to Alabama, and maybe Alabama isn't all they're cracked up to be. I'll believe it when I see it. I think Alabama will be good in the context of a year.
Right.
And a firm believer that you are not what your record says you are in college football, just because Alabama pros. If Alabama loses some games along the way, they have a really talented. They're Alabama. They have a lot of talent. Everyone on their team wants to win football games, going on the road to Tuscaloosa with the power tee on your helmet will never be easy. I don't care what year it is. I don't care who's on their team. I don't care who's coaching. Winning in Tuscaloosa, I'll believe it when I see it. Winning in Gainesville, I'll believe it when I see it. So it starts on Saturday. You have got to beat Georgia if you want a chance in hell of playing for the SEC championship. And then you have to somehow steal one of the other two big three. And on top of that, like, Oklahoma is in there.
Oklahoma's in there.
Yeah. I mean, we host Oklahoma. I feel good about that.
If you guys win, I feel like out of Georgia, Alabama, Oklahoma, and Florida, 2 out of those 4, you're going to the playoffs.
Playoffs are a much easier task.
Lower seed.
Yeah. That's a much easier task, though, than making it to Atlanta.
If you guys beat Georgia this weekend, it's off to the races.
If we beat Georgia this weekend, we'll have to reconvene because I'll probably have the biggest ego of all time. And at that point, look, if we dog walk Georgia on Saturday,
I don't know about that.
We're winning the SEC. I'm not saying it's going to happen either. But if we were to dog walk Georgia on Saturday, I'll take everything I said back. And not only are we going to Atlanta, we're winning the SEC and probably the national championship. I'll believe it when I see it.
I believe I see it.
It's not, it's not going to happen, but,
Well, man, I appreciate you coming on the show tonight, Evan. First of all, I really appreciate it. And giving me your perspective on Tennessee football, man. We got to do this again, man.
This is fun. Anytime you'll have me, I'll be here. Just not if we're going to be playing UAB, but for Brady and 40. Like, if you want my cheap on, can we cover 75 points on UAB?
So what we'll do is we might reconvene next week to talk about the outcome of this game, and then we'll come back maybe again around Arkansas, Alabama. We'll do that.
Alabama. Don't get me fired up for an Alabama game, dude. Don't give me a reason, all right?
Oh no, we're gonna get fired up, man. That's what you do around here, man.
I'm kidding. Please do give me a reason. I'm joking.
Hey, I took it easy on you tonight because it's the first time you're my guest here. I appreciate you, and I don't want to give you any smoke, but I kind of agree with all your takes. Like I really feel like Tennessee has a shot this weekend. Honestly, no lies. I'm gonna put my money on Tennessee.
I just did a few hours ago, but I parlayed it with Florida money lines. If anyone wants to tail me, go ahead. There's good odds on it.
No, hold up. Who does Florida play this weekend?
It's really stupid, man. They go on the road to Death Valley at 7:30 at night. But
oh my God, you're gonna lose your money. You're gonna lose your money, man.
Yeah, but hey, by the way, scale me if you want, but just don't bet too much money on it. Bet what you're comfortable with.
So you related with Florida going to Death Valley and wish?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Oh God, eat the bugs. This is a whole other video.
I know. It was stupid. It was stupid, but the odds were good, and I think Florida will bounce back. I don't know why. The 7:30 is what scares me, but yeah.
That game on Saturday in Florida, that's when the alumni will be taking offerings and any kind of donations for the buyout for Billy. This is when it starts for Billy right here. This weekend. Guarantee you.
I think it started last weekend.
Every church in Gainesville, every Girl Scout, they're taking donations. They're ringing the bell of the Salvation Army. Everything will be going to the pot to the buyout of Sunbelt Billy. I'll tell you, after that game,
thumbs up. Billy is hilarious.
That's hilarious, man. That's hilarious. Everybody will be taking collections. Like even the vagabonds on the street corners will be taking the donations for the buyout for Billy. That's what they're going to call it, buyout for Billy.
Well,
if he loses that game, it's over for that guy.
I have a handful. Reluctantly, I have a handful of Florida Gators fans. They started calling for his head last Saturday, and honestly, shout out to our former offensive coordinator. His name escapes me right now. I'm sorry. I feel like an idiot. But he's the head coach for USF, and honestly...
Yeah. Is it Gillespie?
No.
Alex
Alex
Golish.
Golish. Yep. Yeah. He is a Josh Heupel descendant, and let me tell you, I think that he stuck the fork in
Yeah.
in the Billy Napier era, if you could even call it that.
Yeah, Josh Heupel slid him some blueprint down there. Josh Heupel, but yeah, man, take these. I got a couple of things you can do.
He did. The last I'll say, very last I'll say is extend Billy Napier. That's all I got.
And it was over for him. But I really do appreciate you, Evan. Thank you for coming on the show, man. I really appreciate you. And yeah, we're gonna wrap this up. And again, welcome to the Rome Report. No fluff, no filter, just the game and the storylines with a little bit of sauce. I appreciate you guys. Tap in and subscribe, and let's run with it. Thank you, Evan.
Appreciate you for having me, Robert. I appreciate you.
All right, man. We out.